Okay, and we're back. Another episode of the Lonely Stunner podcast, sort of, but it's gonna be a bit different. It's a review.
More of a side quest for the gang.
Yeah, facts. As you all know, I'm Seth.
And I'm Evan.
Okay, and we just saw Thunderbolts in the cinema.
Thunderbolts asterisk.
Yeah, asterisk. Yeah, the newest addition in the MCU. Those line of films.
Immediately came out today, didn't it? Today or yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah, second.
Okay.
So
Friday
immediately,
this one.
Immediately coming out of the cinema, what was your reaction to the film?
Well, immediately coming after the cinema, I was quite pleased. Right before the ending, I was mildly pleased, and the ending made me quite happy, and then it did get me up. What did you think?
I really liked the ending. The ending was, I wouldn't say the ending carried the film, but it really made it from what was a decent film into like something that's really piqued my interest coming out of the film. I enjoyed the film. It's probably the sort of film I would rewatch. But when I'm watching the film and you're seeing Sentry and Void, it just sort of feels like it just felt like it was trying to build to something bigger than that. I don't know. I'm making sense. Like it felt like it was trying to build to something bigger, and then they kind of just.
Yeah, I guess we might as well start off with a quick plot summary of really what went down in the film. I think it starts off in this facility where who's there? Yelena, John Walker, and Ghost.
Yeah,
are in this facility, and Bob are in this facility,
and Taskmaster,
and Taskmaster, and they're fighting, and then Taskmaster ends up getting packed off by Ghost.
Yeah,
and then they find out essentially they have to work together to escape from Valentina, whatever this last name is.
Yeah.
And then they get out, and Valentina's sort of after them, and they get out. Red Guardian finds them while they're trying to escape. And then while they're driving along with Red Guardian, the ops, Valentina's the people then come in the big woolly vans with the turrets, and then Bucky comes after them, and then also comes after the gang.
Yeah.
And then once he has them, he realizes what's going down with like Bob and whatnot, because Valentina's got him now, and she's trying to groom him up. And then Bucky recruits all these men. They all get together, go there, mad unsuccessful, and then Bob just puts all these men in like a crazy dream where they're all in like their worst nightmare or their worst memory, and they're living it over and over again. And that's obviously the Void part of Bob or Sentry. And then so they're in this, and they find him, and it's pretty much like you said to me before, where the way they're gonna like defeat him in this film is they're just gonna talk him down out of it, and they do. And essentially they do that, and then right at the end they're gonna grab Valentina and be like, "Yeah, you're not getting away with this," and then she lures them into a trap with the press and unveils them as the new Avengers.
Yeah, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the film, because
of course you're watching a damn review of the film. Of course there's not gonna be spoilers. Of course there's gonna be spoilers. Sorry.
To be fair, there's a lot of people that try and do spoiler-free reviews, but I don't know how they can.
No, that's not us.
Yeah, facts.
But no, that's pretty much the plot.
Yeah,
that's what happens in the film. I thought the one thing I want to say negatively is that I don't think Ghost had enough attention on her and enough real character development in this film. I feel like she was just there.
So it's always hard when you're doing a group, isn't it?
Yeah, 5 sort of what's supposed to be main characters.
Yeah.
Plus like a villain in Sentry.
Yeah.
Void.
It's always going to be hard to fit in, especially because the film wasn't that long.
2 hour film, less than 2 hours.
Yeah, it would have been a real struggle to fit in, serious character development for all those guys. But I agree. I would have loved to see more of Taskmaster, but
I feel like Yelena was the real like main character, number one of this,
and she was always gonna be. To be fair,
yeah, I mean, she was star actress playing her.
Yeah,
very good actress at that. She's a star for a reason, and then she's there. She's doing her thing, and then second, I'd probably say when he's there is probably Bucky, I suppose, or maybe John Walker. No, but to be fair, David Harbour's character, the Red Guardian, he stole like every single scene he was in. Like, absolutely took every scene that he was in. Every
That's
scene he
why.
was in, like it was
Yeah,
his. To be honest, he was running it.
that's why I was
Like
always
he
gassed for
was,
him to be in
yeah,
the
he
film.
was really good. Really, really good performance from him. I feel like Sebastian Stan as Bucky, like it wasn't like an amazing performance. It was just all right. I don't think he really did too much in this film. You didn't really
I think that's
seem.
kind of what he's been since like Avengers and all that, and since they put him in like Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then how he was in Captain America 4, and then how he is in this film.
Yeah, he pretty
He,
much was the same as he was in the series. To be fair, yeah,
he
pretty
feels kind
much.
of rubbed out, like just some old head. Yeah, you got some crazy arm, but like
I will say
that's
that
really it.
moment where he grabbed the tow hook from the car and he implanted it
Yeah,
in the ground
yeah,
and flipped the car over. That was crazy work.
yeah. I man's
That
doing
was
that at the
that
start of the
was
film, and then just never really reaching that height again.
that was
Every time.
maximum aura gained, but yeah.
And yeah, to be fair, it's not like he does anything to like lose better aura, but like he doesn't do anything to get any more. I guess is my point.
Yeah, and one thing I will say is there was a bit more sort of like comedy, undercutting serious moment humor than I thought there was going to be, but a lot of it wasn't bad. I will say,
Nah,
like a lot of it was more bearable than it has been.
no, I think when you've got a guy like Red Guardian, there's always gonna be them sort of scenes.
And even I have mad bias, even though my guy John Walker was a bit different in this film, innit? Because in the show, I feel like he was more of like a dark, sympathetic guy. Like he had demons and he'd done so much for his country and he got done dirty and all this. But he's more just like a dickhead in this film. He's just like the group dickhead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But he would be, man. Like you said, he's a decorated combat
A
veteran. Like you
two-time
should be,
Medal of
innit?
Honor or something. Like.
That's mad. Should
So
be in his
yeah,
bag, innit?
low key, he should be. But I thought these characters were good. I thought, you know, in theory, you might think they're just throwing a bunch of ragtag characters together that have nothing to do, and guys who have
Yeah,
maybe things left on their contracts or whatever. But
yeah,
um, I liked it, to be honest. And the ending where they get unveiled as the new Avengers, and then the Avengers score kicks in. That was just really good, in my opinion.
yeah. That was a really good ending, and yeah, really did not see that coming. I'll be real.
And
It's not
neither did
often
I.
in these sort of films where you're like, raw, you just done that.
That's
It's not
why
often.
that
Yeah,
asterisk is there, because the film is really called The New Avengers.
yeah, yeah.
So is that technically an Avengers film we just watched?
Nah, it can't be. Nah, it's it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know
Low key
because
though, like it had the feeling of an Avengers film.
I don't know. I don't think it felt like an Avengers film. I think it felt more like
Like an attack on New York, like
it felt more like a Suicide Squad film. I guess it's more like a Suicide Squad
I think
than
that's what they were trying to do.
yeah. It is
I
more
feel
like a
like that was what
Suicide
they were
Squad
trying
than
to do.
an Avengers. In
Nah,
terms of like, the threat they faced, like it isn't a Avengers level threat to be fair, which is why, like we said, we're wondering where all these other guys. That's always
yeah,
going to
like
be the
where's
case
Doctor
with
Strange?
Marvel.
Where's Spider Man?
When you got the MCU, that's always going to be the case. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Because you can't have Tom Holland show up for 5 minutes, get paid stupid money for doing nothing.
Yeah,
You're just asking to lose money if you do that.
exactly. And if Disney need any help losing money, that's to make a new Star Wars film, isn't it? Or Star Wars
That's
series.
what they're trying to do in it with Ryan Gosling. Star Wars
Yeah,
film.
yeah.
If you're speaking
But
of Star Wars series, I need to watch Andor.
I'll be wrong. I need to make a side quest about it because it's not. Episode one's really good, and then episode two, you're like, okay, we've still got some of the goodwill built up from episode one, so I'll watch. I'll go through episode two. Then episode three, you're like, right, what are we doing here?
Okay. All
Yeah,
I've
you're
heard
like,
so far is that it's good.
yeah, nah. I didn't really rate episode three too much. But yeah,
Fair
watch it.
enough.
Let me know. Let me know what you think. I'll make a side quest about it probably. Um, because yeah, I got some takes on it. But
What would you rate Thunderbolts? Like, out of, I don't know, 5 stars
uh,
out of 10? 5 or 10? Whatever
out
you prefer.
of out of 5 stars, 'cause that's what I've
Yeah,
been
do
doing
out of
with like,
5 stars,
the
yeah.
recent films, like The Accountant 2 and The Amateur and Novocaine. I would say it's better than those films. It's better than Amateur 2, better than not Amateur 2, better than The Accountant 2, better than The Amateur, better than Novocaine, and I probably rated them around 2.5 stars. I'd give Thunderbolts 3.5 stars. I give it 3.5 stars.
Yeah,
I
I think
wouldn't say
that's
it's a
about right.
4-star film.
I think
Wouldn't say
that's
it's
about right,
4-star.
to be
Yeah,
honest. Because a 4-star film like implies that a film is sort of good off its own back as well at the same time. This film isn't
yeah,
really. It does some kind of require other knowledge to appreciate this film. Because if you've seen like the Black Widow
yes,
film and you've seen the Ant-Man and the Wasp and you've seen the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, then you're gonna know a
yeah.
bit more about this. Which I've seen all of them, so you're a bit more clued in.
Okay.
But if you're going into this blind, I think you might you might appreciate it more, to be
No,
honest. Actually,
I went into it blind. Still, I ain't seen Black Widow movie. I ain't seen uh Falcon and Winter Soldier. What else?
well, I watched Ant-Man and the Wasp on my MCU watch through.
I couldn't tell you a single thing that happened in that Man and the Wasp, so I basically didn't see that. Uh, yeah, so I basically went into it blind. Like I knew Yelena and Red Guardian from what happened in the film, but I haven't seen the film. Um, yeah, so probably maybe it was too, maybe that was a positive that I ain't seen.
Essentially.
All that.
But no,
It's the
I rate
first
my guy
time.
John Walker though.
It's the first time me watching John Walker like that
Yeah, he's
properly.
a sick man, isn't it?
Yeah, like, he's cold. Yeah, I don't know why Bucky was trying to bag him. Like, my man, you know what he's on. You know he's not just gonna be out here doing terrorist
Yeah.
shit for the sake of it.
Or was it when that bitch said, "Oh, you killed an innocent man"?
Yeah,
Shut
fuck.
up, bro. Innocent? Are you dumb? He was a terrorist, cuz. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? Bonnie
What
was
did
a
man?
terrorist.
Didn't what did man say? All like fine, innocent, isn't it? Oh,
Yeah,
facts.
bro was definitely not innocent. I mean, like Bob though, like doesn't like I told you, he doesn't have no like bullshit name. Like he's just Bob.
Yeah, facts. They could have gave him some gay name, but they
Oh,
didn't.
Sentry. Nah, man, it's just Bob. Like, allow him.
Facts. All that. Yeah, I gave it 3.5 stars. What are you giving it? The same?
I agree with that. I think that's
Yeah.
bang on because I think it's better than a 3-star film. A
Yeah.
3-star film implies you're gonna walk out going, but I wasn't feeling that way in this film. I thought, yeah, I enjoyed that, but not 4 stars puts it on the level of the films it's really not on. So
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
3.5 stars is about perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, do you think it's a film you'll rewatch?
Eventually, that yeah,
Yeah.
it isn't. It's a film that's way more enjoyable than it's not,
Yeah.
and it's got characters that I personally like a lot.
Yeah,
Like in
exactly.
this. Like I
Yeah.
like John Walker, I like Red Guardian, I like Winter Soldier. I rated the Yelena was like the only thing I did rate about that Black Widow film.
Okay.
So and Ghost, I mean, there wasn't even she was just like a kind of a villain in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and it was the same thing. She kind of just got talked down to just stop bugging out, and then she did like.
Yeah. They say she's got cold powers though.
Yeah, like I was about to say, yeah, that she got the coldest powers of the group. She's
Yeah.
doing her thing, but she's more of just a background character.
Yeah. Which, to be fair though, that's the sort of thing that I think some people would be like that's a criticism of the film, but the way I'm thinking about that kind of makes me want to see a sequel or like them continue this even more because I'd want to see more from her or from that character because it's a powerful character who could potentially do
Yeah.
some interesting stuff.
And it's essentially been confirmed from this film, like when the next Avengers film comes out, it might just be starting with them and the Fantastic Four. If that's
Yeah.
how they sort of might be setting up with that post-credit scene with the Fantastic Four plane coming in.
Yeah. Well, they still got to introduce the X-Men as well.
Of course, I mean, has any X-Men project been confirmed?
Yeah, I don't know. Exactly. So I don't know if nothing's been confirmed.
I know Avengers is coming out 2026 in about a year.
Yeah. So something's got to happen then, because isn't Robert Downey Jr. supposed to be the villain for
Yeah,
that Avengers film?
yeah.
And he's not even been introduced. He won't be introduced. Maybe he'll be introduced in Fantastic Four, but he's not the villain for the film. I don't know.
Okay. So
I
the
don't know, though.
only film that is
Which would be
between
mad.
that is the only Marvel film that is between now and Avengers is Fantastic Four.
It's mad. Even one film's not enough build up for a villain for a,
Or
Avengers
Galactus.
film. Yeah, they got Galactus, but Galactus will be the villain for Fantastic Four, I imagine.
Or you don't
I
think
don't
he
know.
might like come in at the end of Fantastic Four and then they carry over into
Yeah,
the
but I
next
guess who will
universe?
be the villain for Fantastic Four then? Like the main villain.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Throughout.
saying. There might not even be a villain like that. That's what I was saying before. There's Galactus, but
Okay.
he might not even be a villain like that. Might
Okay.
just show up at the end. Like you never know. Them trailer scenes, that might just be the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I guess maybe in the meantime it might be like
Maybe the
Silver
Silver
Surfer.
Surfer will probably be
Yeah.
like the main antagonistic force of the
Yeah.
film,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
villain per se, like Galactus might show up, and then boom, that whatever happens, they end up in the next universe.
Yeah. I hear it. I hear it.
But this Fantastic Four film, I hope it's good, man. I hope it's good. We've been looking for a good
You're
Fantastic
more
Four.
excited for the Fantastic Four film than the Superman film.
Yeah, facts.
I don't know.
Film is hard. Not,
I don't
not
know. No, I think the film will be better. Yeah, I am more excited for Fantastic Four, but I am excited for Superman still. I think this will be the first
no,
Superman film I've seen in cinema.
well, you didn't see
If we
Man of
see it
Steel
as
in
a cinema.
cinema. I didn't either, to be
Ah,
honest.
ah,
No, because that's the only film that's been out since the 2006 one, isn't it?
yeah. Only solo
So
Superman film.
yeah, no, that's definitely going to get seen. And obviously, these sort of films, I hope they're good, and I hope I enjoy them. That's the whole
Yeah, of
point.
course.
Because I will never go to something hoping to not enjoy it. That's just crazy hating.
Yeah,
I don't know why
fact,
you would ever do that.
who's got time to be doing that? Really and truly.
Isn't it? Hate watching a film is crazy. If I'm going out my way to see a film, I'm hoping it's good.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. So if I don't think it's good, then that really shows.
Yeah,
But the
facts.
trailer wise, I don't think it looks anything special.
Superman. No, it doesn't. It looks like they're just trying to focus on like a solid Superman film rather than do like an alternative take on like Zack Snyder. I don't think it's trying to be as ambitious as a Zack Snyder Superman film is. So in that respect, from your point of view, it could be kind of seen as a downgrade,
Yeah, I guess. But even Zack
Making
Snyder's
sense.
had more than his fair share of faults, things that he
Yeah, of
put on that
course.
DC universe that weren't good.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And now man's making those amazing Rebel Moon films.
Oh, you loved them, innit? And the Flash.
Yeah.
But
Stan
was
rates
it
them too, to be fair.
always like that thing said to you is don't say it's better than the Flash.
Yeah, facts. You're trying to get banged in the face for talking to me like that. Like, I'm trying to do her like Bob's parents, innit?
Jesus. They're just screaming.
Facts. Red Guardian's the sleeper MVP for that film, though.
Oh, low key.
As expected, though, I knew he was always going to be good in the film, bro. It's Red Guardian.
Like I said, the guy playing him, David Harbour, brilliant. It's just really just steals a lot of the scenes he's in, to be honest.
I don't rate how they're moving with him at the end, like shaving his beard off and all that. No, you got to keep his beard, bro. He's Red Guardian.
And like it's like he's not necessarily like busting jokes and that, but he's just a funny guy.
Yeah.
Like he's just hilarious naturally.
Like when he said to my man, I was also state-sponsored super
Yeah,
soldier.
yeah, that was cold. That was cold still.
We took a Soviet version of the super soldier serum. He was saying he's not as bad. He's always said still good, isn't it? Original, but still good, isn't it? The Soviet knockoff. No, that was good still. That was very, very cold.
Oh, so when that film gets on the Fire Stick, it's time.
I wonder if Captain America 4 is on the Fire Stick.
You'd think so this time.
Must be by now. Definitely is by now.
Surely it's on the old Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, even that. Yeah, facts. Yeah, might be worth a watch though, because you ain't seen it. Might be worth a watch. It's a decent film. Nothing insane. Not that I think Thunderbolts is better than it, but you won't feel offended by the end of it. Not like the Marvels or something, or Thor 4.
Okay.
And if you look at like the 4 Captain America films and the 4 Thor films, the tier list like that.
Yeah, Captain America wins pretty handily in my opinion.
Yeah, of course. Because the first one was good, second one was good, third one was Civil War.
The
And the
third
fourth
one
one
was
was good
obviously
as
just
well.
like not even really a Captain America film. It's like
Basically, an
essentially
Avengers
like an
film, yeah.
Avengers film.
Yeah.
Spider-Man got introduced.
Yeah.
That's just easily the best film of the how many? What 8 films each? No, for 8 films in total. Sorry,
Yeah.
4 films each.
Yeah.
It's easily the best. But like, yeah, I can't. Like, one of the 4 films is dead. One of them is mid. One of them is really good, and one of them is like offensively bad.
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
Exactly, yeah.
going through the film, I only like chuckled once, and that was like when Gladiator flicks his clothes off.
Oh, raw. Yeah. Yeah.
You flick too hard, damn it.
Yeah. The wild movie.
Other than
still.
that, yeah, the film was it's a bit of a mad one.
Yeah. The Thunderbolts or the New Avengers. Obviously, post-credit scenes. More spoiler review. Spoiler alert. But obviously the post credits were pretty interesting in terms of the Fantastic Four in the second one. I can't even remember who was in the first one. I'm that fried. The first one is just him showing the cereal box in it, Red Guardian.
Yeah.
Nothing, but the second one with Fantastic Four. Yeah, that pretty much confirms that, like I was saying, where the end of the Fantastic Four film, they'll get introduced into the MCU.
And then that will lead into the Avengers film, which, wow, that Avengers film is actually going to be wild. I'm going to be an unk when that film comes out.
Fucking tell me about it, bro.
Jesus, man. You're going to be, god damn it. Yeah, it's just depressing, isn't it?
Exactly.
So if I'm not doing certain things by that point in time when that film comes out, you know what I mean? I can't be going to that film. I need to be going to that film just a millionaire or something.
I hear it, bro. I really hear it, bro. And then we could have days like we had today, every day. Then it wouldn't have to be like, a day off, innit?
Yeah,
every day
you could
could
just
be a
chill
day.
and do whatever you could do that every day. Just live. So I'm saying that's what you said. You want to get to utopia, isn't it?
Facts, bro. I'm not trying to work. Let these robots do the work.
But
Give
I
us
said,
our
like,
money for bud.
people will say that they're taking our jobs. What we're going to work? Like, no, you don't need to work. That's why
What
they're
I mean,
taking the
bro.
jobs. So you don't need to work.
Yes.
Utopia.
These people got it all backwards, bro.
But if anyone knows us, the Wall-E film, when everyone ends up just bare fat and in floating chairs, just floating from Burger King to Shake Shack to McDonald's, humans have just lost the need to walk.
Exactly. You know, if you don't have to, why would you?
They're just living at maximum capacity, like.
Yeah, that's the maximum efficiency. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the way forward, G. Always will be like that's human nature to just improve until.
But why live for the sake of living?
What do you mean?
Like, that's living for the sake of living.
Yeah, because you're alive, and then when you're dead, you're dead.
I wouldn't live for the sake of living. I live for the sake of life.
Well, you're gonna be alive.
There's a difference.
Well, yeah, but then you could do whatever you wanted.
Oh, but you can't do what you want because you can't walk anymore.
Yeah, but you okay. Oh, in that sense,
You're just a fat ball of glob in a chair, bro. Just eating Burger King. Eating
at
McDonald's.
that point, yeah. But you must be getting joy from something at that point, because then you would just kill yourself.
They did look happy.
Yeah, they must find enjoyment from something, whether that's bud or
Watching TV. I think.
Yeah, you get enjoyment for something.
You're just gonna watch TV 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day.
I wouldn't personally, but if you wanted to, you could.
Oh, but there'll be nothing else to do. I either do that or play games.
Oh, yeah,
you can't move. You can't walk.
No, but you could come round.
You're just a ball of fat on a chair, bro.
Yeah, and then we could be 2 and then share a spliff. Well, we wouldn't need to share a spliff. It's unlimited resources. Just have 4 spliffs on the go at a time.
You just tap a button on your wall and it just falls out, G. Just a pipe puts it in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd be maximum efficiency. Yeah,
Life just drops you a 3-5 right
exactly.
into your
Yeah,
lap.
who wouldn't want to live in that world, G? Instead of
I
waiting
would.
for our guys to respond to us, get a 3-5 right there.
It's this film review is going crazy.
Yeah, facts. He was just talking about not working and then smoking bud all day. That's the way it gets, though.
That's the way it has to be.
No, I did have to ask. It was pretty fat, to be fair. A pretty fat one before the cinema. Still, it was a good film. You know, I was pretty fried. It did feel weird, me being fried and you not being fried, though.
Yeah, it's not typical. I just didn't feel the want or need. I felt like I had the time to rush one. I was like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
just get in the film, get out, rush when I get home, and yeah, I rushed one just before this.
Nah, I do hear it. I do hear it. Yeah, I couldn't rust. I mean, I could rust another one, but I'm not going to.
Of course, you could.
I could. I very much could. But will I? I don't know. Probably not. Not at this time. There's more cones. No, I swear, bro. I've got a theory that guys like us are keeping Bossman on the estate in business, bro. The amount of money I'm giving this guy for cones.
Oh yeah, mate. They're not off.
I'm paying that dude's mortgage, G. That's why we need to get the big pack of cones again, like we had on holiday.
You know what? I could check on my app how much I spent at Bossman's, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
I don't
be
want
too
to depress
depressing.
myself.
Yeah, be
I
too
don't want to
depressing.
depress myself still.
And then I'm like Bob still.
Bro, you gotta think I have lived here since I was in secondary school, but
Yeah,
still doesn't make it
man.
not depressing.
Exactly.
You don't want to end up like Bob.
Facts.
And it's just, oh, I have no one. Nothing.
Oh man, what a guy! No, I didn't mind the actor playing him though. He
Neither did I.
was interesting. I don't think I know him from anything.
No, I've not seen him in anything personally, but I wasn't offended by him. He did pretty well in that role. So I think everyone else was pretty good with what was presented to them.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, your guy Johnny Walker.
Yeah. No. It was decent.
Yeah. So we gave it 3.5 stars. Yeah, good little film to be fair. Good little film. Like I said, at some point we'll probably rewatch it. But yeah, that's probably it for me. You got anything else to say regarding the film?
Nah, that's about it to be honest.
Huh? Alright, cool.
I know other than the fact that there were two The Wire actors in there, Bunk and Frank Sobotka.
Yes. Yeah, facts.
Oh, guys.
Bunk. It's mad that when you see Bunk, you think of The Wire. I think of the Suits still. Probably because I saw Suits first still. That's
I did see Suits first, but I don't really remember him. I didn't remember. I know who he is in Suits, but I didn't really remember him while watching Suits.
Yeah.
Not while watching Suits, while watching The Wire. Because I watched The Wire afterwards. But yeah.
Yeah. I think you probably stopped watching The Wire around the time he became, not The Wire, Suits. You stopped watching
maybe.
around the time he started to become more prominent.
That definitely could have been the case.
But yeah, Frank Sobotka, but I did not recognize my man at first.
They're old.
I did not recognize
him. He was some side character. He had like a few lines, but
yeah. But you recognized him straight away.
Yeah,
if you didn't say anything, I would not have put that together. Still,
I have to recognize him straight away because I see him in another thing as well. That film with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino. I can't remember what it's called, but he's like a lawyer, and then Al Pacino recruits him, but Al Pacino's actually the devil.
Oh, that's a like an older film, isn't it?
Yeah. Keanu Reeves is like a younger man.
Yeah.
But that was a bit of a weird film. But yeah, he was in that. He was like some kiddie fiddler that was on trial for diddling kids.
In the club, innit?
And he was in court, yeah. The thing was on, the girl was on trial, and my man just backed it out and just started bashing.
Oh, get bagged right there and then.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Man pleaded innocent and he's doing this.
Yeah,
That's
facts.
crazy work. To be fair, he probably knows that's his last, like, one of his last ever times he gets to look at a kid. So why not?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
There's a lot of reasons why not. I guess so.
So why not?
No, there's a lot of reasons why not.
Yeah.
But I guess that's his thinking, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah, probably.
Getting
Yeah.
to the head of the character, you know.
Yeah.
This ain't real. It's a character.
Yeah.
Character.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, how long have we been going for? Yeah, 31 minutes. I mean, to be fair, this is like Joe Rogan's what do you call it?
This is like a mini
Fight
pod.
Companions. Yeah. It's like Joe Rogan's Fight Companions where he talks about the fight for the first 20 seconds, and then after that starts talking about bears and stuff.
Oh, fully. I'm surprised he isn't moving like that in the UFC.
Yeah, now surely at that point John Anik would violate him still.
Yeah, no, you'd think so, right?
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, Joe, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, buddy, but
You could say it as well.
yeah, of course, bro. It's John Anik, bro. I used to not rate him too tough. Well, not rate him, not really know too much about him, but I've seen he's quite based, so
Yeah, can't be a Jew.
Oh, okay, one of the good ones, isn't it?
Are there any good ones?
That's like at the football when they're bare racist to one of the black players, and they look at you like, no, but you're all right, mate, isn't it? You're one of the good ones, isn't it?
Yeah, not realizing that within itself.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. Never mind.
You're one of the good ones, isn't it? Oh, such a mad thing to say to someone, but no, game is game.
Crazy work. Had to be blasting that Kanye tune though.
Oh, of course, bro. Not a day goes by when I don't. Talking about.
It's a cold song.
Yeah, bro, World War III. Oh, bro, what we've got to do like the tier list or reaction to Kanye's album. We got to do one for Dave Blunt's album as well, but Kanye specifically.
Low key.
So I'm seeing a lot of guys rate the film, rate the album, not the film.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna jump on this new Fortnite season, innit? The new season dropped today.
Okay.
Star Wars season.
Alright, they all got like Darth Vader in that, innit?
Yeah, you can fly about like TIE fighters and X-Wings, and you have lightsabers and lightning powers. You can unlock like Palpatine as a skin. Poe, somehow Palpatine returned.
That's mad. That's mad that they can basically make it into like a whole new different game, just like between seasons.
Like Star Wars locations, you know what I mean? There's a Death Star in the background. It's a whole thing, bro. I ain't played it yet. My dad's on it right now, so
okay, fair enough.
That
sounds pretty lit. Then I'll leave you to it. Then, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's our Thunderbolts review, amongst other things that we talked about. But yeah, we're out.
Peace.
Cool.